Japan has over 90,000 people living past the age of 100, the highest number of centenarians per capita on Earth, according to Japan's Ministry of Health. That number has increased every single year for more than 5 decades. Now, compare that to the United States. Billions are spent each year on gym memberships, supplements, and fitness apps. Yet after 50, joint pain rises, balance declines, and chronic disease accelerates. Why? When researchers from Harvard Medical School and Stanford-affiliated teams examined Japan's oldest adults, many still walking unassisted in their 90s and 100s, they expected answers about diet or genetics. They were wrong. It wasn't what these elders ate. It wasn't intense exercise. The real answer was hiding in 6 simple daily movements so basic they were once dismissed as meaningless, until balance testing, joint imaging, and brain scans revealed something shocking. One of these movements, done for just 2 minutes a day, was associated with up to a 7-year difference in functional lifespan. If stiffness, slower reflexes, or brain fog are creeping in after 50, stay here. What you're about to learn could change how you age, without gyms, pills, or pain. Now that we've seen what's possible, let's ground it in science, starting with global authority. The World Health Organization confirms that regular physical activity dramatically reduces risks of heart disease, stroke, diabetes, and even falls in older adults, while improving mental health and well-being. In fact, people who stay active into later life show better mobility and quality of life compared to those who don't. Across decades of research, institutions like Harvard Medical School have shown that movement, especially activities that challenge balance and coordination, enhances the nervous system's ability to adapt and respond as we age. Simple motion isn't just exercise, it reminds the body how to stay strong. In Japan, long-term cohort studies reveal that elders who maintain daily patterns of natural movement, walking, squatting, stepping, retain functional independence well into their 80s and beyond. These habits correlate with better physical capacity and lower rates of disability than seen in sedentary populations. This is not theory, it's documented real-world evidence that ordinary movement matters, especially as aging bodies face increasing physical demands. Now pause for a moment and be honest. Do your legs feel less steady than they did 10 years ago? Does getting up from a chair take more effort than it used to? Or maybe you've noticed a quiet fear of slipping, even at home. According to the U.S. National Institute on Aging, balance loss and muscle weakness are the leading reasons adults over 60 lose independence, not sudden illness. This isn't about laziness, it's about being told that aging decline is normal. But what if that belief is the real problem? What if your body is still capable, just waiting for the right signals? So what actually works without gyms, machines, or exhausting routines? In this video, you'll discover 6 daily movements practiced quietly by Japanese elders that support balance, strength, and independence well into later life. These aren't workouts, they're habits. Each one is backed by aging and mobility research recognized by organizations like the World Health Organization, which emphasizes frequent, simple movement as the foundation of healthy aging. We'll count them down from helpful to most powerful. And the final movement? Researchers link it to coordination, reaction speed, and fall prevention all at once. Stay with us. Missing even one could mean missing the one your body needs most. Before we dive into each movement, let's talk why this countdown matters. Not just what comes next, but how it keeps you engaged and helps you retain what you learn. In YouTube and educational content, structuring material into clear, ordered segments creates cognitive tension, an internal curiosity that makes your brain want closure, not exit early. Breaking content into a countdown taps into this psychological effect, keeping you watching to see what's next and how each piece connects. A countdown also sets expectations, a roadmap of value that feels both manageable and compelling. Rather than overwhelming you with a long list, each item rises in importance, guiding your attention from supportive habits to the most impactful movement. This method naturally builds anticipation,
because you subconsciously ask, what's better than what I just learned? That question alone increases viewer retention and investment in the content. Each movement you'll hear about today links back to everyday life, simple motions that tie into proven mobility and balance benefits. And as we go up the list, you'll see how one habit enhances the next, creating a cascade of improvement rather than isolated steps. So think of this countdown more like a journey, one that gets progressively stronger, more effective, and more transformative for your body, your confidence, and your daily independence. This first movement may look simple, almost too simple, and that's exactly why it's overlooked. Japanese elders begin many mornings with gentle joint circles, slow, controlled rotations of the ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, wrists, and neck. No strain, no speed, just smooth motion. Why does this matter after 50? Because according to the U.S. National Institute on Aging, joint stiffness and reduced range of motion are among the earliest physical declines associated with aging, and they often appear before pain does. When joints stop moving fully, the brain receives weaker position signals, balance worsens, and the risk of falls quietly rises. Think of your joints like door hinges. If you don't move them daily, they don't just creak, they lock. Research from Harvard Medical School explains that gentle circular movement helps circulate synovial fluid, the natural lubricant that nourishes cartilage and reduces friction inside the joint. Unlike muscles, cartilage has no direct blood supply. It depends on movement to stay healthy. So when movement disappears, joints don't just stiffen, they slowly starve. Japanese gerontology studies show that elders who maintain daily joint mobility routines preserve functional movement longer and report fewer limitations in everyday tasks like standing, walking, and reaching overhead. These are not athletes. These are ordinary adults in their 70s and 80s maintaining independence through consistency, not intensity. Now, why this movement ranks at 5? Joint circles don't build large muscle strength on their own. They don't dramatically raise heart rate, but they do something more foundational. They prepare your nervous system and joints to safely handle every movement that follows. Without mobile joints, stronger exercises become risky. With mobile joints, the body moves as one system. So how do you do it correctly? Start seated or standing near support. Begin with the ankles. Slowly rotate each ankle clockwise for 10 seconds, then counterclockwise for 10 seconds. Move to the knees, small circles only, then hips, then shoulders. Finish with wrists and gentle neck circles. No forcing, no pain. If it hurts, you're pushing too far. The World Health Organization emphasizes that older adults benefit most from frequent, low-impact movement performed daily rather than occasional intense sessions. This is exactly that. How long does it take? Just 5 to 7 minutes. That's it, and the benefits begin fast. Studies on joint mobility show measurable improvements in range of motion and perceived stiffness within 2 to 3 weeks when practiced daily. Balance improvements often follow soon after because joint position awareness improves. But there's another reason this movement matters. Gentle joint circles reduce fear. When joints feel smooth and responsive, the brain regains trust in the body. That confidence changes how you walk, how you stand, and how you react to sudden movements, like catching yourself if you trip. This is why Japanese elders don't skip this step. They understand something modern fitness often ignores. Preparation protects freedom. And the open loop. Once your joints move freely, the next movement becomes far more powerful because it trains the body to support that motion against gravity.
That's where item 4 comes in. Walking feels ordinary, almost invisible, but when done the right way, it becomes one of the most powerful stability tools after 50. In Japan, elders don't treat walking as exercise, they treat it as posture practice. Head tall, chest open, eyes forward, steps short and controlled. Why does this matter? Because according to the World Health Organization, walking is the most common physical activity among older adults worldwide, but posture determines whether it protects the body or slowly breaks it down.
Poor posture shifts weight forward, weakens hip muscles, strains knees, and increases fall risk over time. Research from Harvard Medical School shows that upright walking activates the glute muscles, deep core stabilizers, and spinal support muscles that are essential for balance and fall prevention. When posture collapses, those systems shut down. Think of posture like the alignment of a car. If it's off, every mile causes more damage, even at low speed. Japanese mobility studies observing older adults in urban environments found that seniors who maintained upright walking habits preserved gait speed and balance longer than those who walked the same distance with forward-leaning posture. Gait speed, by the way, is one of the strongest predictors of independence and survival after 65. So why is this movement ranked at 4, not higher? Because posture-focused walking builds on what came before. Without mobile joints like the ankles, hips, and shoulders you freed up in item 5, good posture is harder to maintain. With that foundation, walking becomes a full-body coordination exercise. Here's how Japanese elders do it. They don't rush, they don't overstride. Steps stay short, landing heel to toe. The chin stays level, shoulders relax down and back. Arms swing naturally, not stiff, not exaggerated. And the key cue, imagine a string gently lifting the crown of your head upward. That single mental image activates spinal alignment and core engagement instantly. The U.S. National Institute on Aging reports that balance and walking ability improve most when older adults focus on how they move, not just how long they move. Even 10 to 20 minutes of mindful walking can improve postural control within weeks. How often should this be done? Daily, ideally during normal errands or neighborhood walks. No special time needed. Results don't take long. Studies on gait retraining show noticeable improvements in posture and walking confidence in as little as 3 to 4 weeks, especially when paired with joint mobility work. There's also a psychological effect. When posture improves, breathing deepens, confidence rises, fear of falling drops. The body moves with intention, not hesitation. This is why Japanese elders stay upright longer, not because they walk more miles, but because they walk with awareness. And the bridge to what comes next. Once posture is restored during movement, the body is ready to relearn something many adults lose after 50, the ability to stand up and sit down with strength and control. That's where item 3 begins. Now we step into a movement that bridges daily life and strength, the chair squat. This isn't about pump-style fitness, it's about real-world function. Being able to sit and stand without effort, without pain, and without fear. Have you ever noticed how often you sit and stand in a single day? From the moment you rise in the morning to climbing into bed at night, this simple motion repeats dozens of times. Chair squats mimic that exact pattern, but with controlled strength and purpose. According to peer-reviewed research on older adults, the mechanics of standing up and sitting down, the core action of a chair squat, strongly correlate with overall functional capacity, balance, and even cognition in seniors aged 65 to 85 years old. Faster, smoother sit-to-stand movements are linked to better strength and mobility scores in daily life assessments. Let's break this down. Chair squats primarily target your hip extensors, quadriceps, and glute muscles, the powerhouse groups that stabilize your lower body as you walk, climb stairs, and rise from low surfaces.
The National Institute on Aging and Exercise Physiology findings highlight that neuromuscular activation during sit-to-stand tasks engages multiple muscle groups simultaneously, providing a more functional strength benefit than isolated exercises. But why is this movement ranked at 3, right in the middle of our countdown? Because it's the powerhouse that builds on mobility and posture. It's where strength meets stability. After mobilizing joints and refining posture through walking, your body is ready to produce force against gravity. Chair squats train exactly that, the coordinated effort to rise from a seated position with power and confidence. How to do it safely and effectively? 1. Stand in front of a sturdy chair with feet hip-width apart. 2. Lower slowly, keeping your chest up and eyes forward. Imagine sitting back into the chair. 3. Lightly tap the seat with your buttocks. Don't plop. 4. Rise smoothly by activating your glutes and pressing through your heels. Focus on control, not speed. If full chair squats feel too intense at first, start by using the arms of the chair for support, or hover just above the seat instead of fully touching it. Research shows that even moderate, repeated sit-to-stand efforts improve lower body muscle strength and functional independence in older adults over time. A structured 12-week sit-to-stand program has been linked to measurable gains in knee extensor strength, important for walking and stair navigation. There's another benefit worth noting: confidence. Many older adults report that mastering the simple act of sitting and standing without hesitation changes how they move throughout the day. They walk taller, they bend without fear, they trust their bodies again. This movement isn't flashy. There's no equipment, no competition, and no time limit, but it meets you where you live, in everyday function, everyday strength. And now that you've begun to build strength from the ground up, it's time to challenge your balance even further. Next, we'll explore item 2, balance holds, single leg stands, a movement that sharpens stability and trains your nervous system to react in real time to shifts in body weight. This movement looks almost too simple, standing on one leg. But don't be fooled. After 50, this may be one of the most revealing movements your body can perform. In Japan, single-leg balance holds are quietly practiced while brushing teeth, waiting for water to boil, or standing near a counter. No mats, no timers, just brief moments of intentional balance. Why does this matter so much? Because balance is not just muscle, it's neurology. According to the World Health Organization, falls are the leading cause of injury-related disability and death in adults over 60 worldwide, and the strongest predictor of fall risk isn't age, it's loss of balance control. Research published through the U.S. National Institute on Aging explains that balance depends on 3 systems working together: vision, inner ear, vestibular system, and proprioception, your body's ability to sense position in space. When even one weakens, stability collapses. Single-leg stands challenge all 3 at once. Think of balance like a live conversation between your brain and your muscles. Every wobble sends data. Every correction sharpens the signal. When you stop challenging balance, that conversation fades. Large population studies have shown that adults who cannot maintain a single-leg stand for 10 seconds have significantly higher rates of falls, functional decline, and even mortality over time compared to those who can. This simple test is now used worldwide as a screening marker for neuromuscular aging. So why is this ranked at 2, not 1? Because balance amplifies everything that came before. Mobile joints allow adjustment, posture keeps alignment, strength from chair squats gives you the force to recover. Balance training connects them all in real time. How to do it safely? Stand near a wall, counter, or chair. Shift weight onto one foot, lift the other foot slightly, no need to raise it high. Keep eyes forward, chest tall. Breathe slowly. Hold for 10 to 20 seconds. Switch sides. Repeat 2 to 3 times per leg. If that's too easy, gently turn your head side to side.
If that's too hard, lightly touch a surface with one finger. This keeps the nervous system engaged without overwhelming it. The National Institute on Aging emphasizes that balance improves fastest when practiced daily, even in short bouts. Improvements in postural stability have been documented within 4 to 6 weeks of consistent balance training in older adults. There's also a powerful confidence shift. People who practice balance daily report less fear of falling. They move more freely. They stop bracing for the ground. This movement doesn't just prevent falls. It rewires trust between your brain and body, and why it sets the stage for what comes next. If balance trains the nervous system to react, the final movement trains the body to move together, rhythmically, from head to toe. That's why item 1 is considered the most powerful of all. This is the movement that ties everything together: balance, strength, coordination, timing, breath. In Japan, it's called Radio Taiso, and it's practiced by millions of people every morning. Radio Taiso is a short, rhythmic, full-body movement routine created nearly a century ago and still broadcast daily across Japan. You'll see it in parks, schoolyards, workplaces, and senior communities. Children do it, elders do it, and they do it together. Why does this matter after 50? Because according to the World Health Organization, the most effective physical activity for older adults is movement that combines balance, strength, coordination, and mobility in a single session, not isolated exercises, integrated motion. Radio Taiso does exactly that. Think of your body like an orchestra. Joints are the instruments, muscles are the players, the nervous system is the conductor. Most exercise trains one section at a time. Radio Taiso trains the entire orchestra to move in rhythm. Studies from Japanese public health programs and university research groups show that older adults who regularly practice Radio Taiso demonstrate better posture, faster reaction times, improved joint mobility, and higher scores in functional fitness tests compared to sedentary peers. These benefits are seen even when the routine lasts just 3 to 5 minutes per day. And the key mechanism? Radio Taiso uses cross-body movements, arms and legs moving together, twisting gently, reaching overhead, bending and extending. These patterns stimulate communication between the left and right sides of the brain, strengthening neuromuscular coordination. This is critical for preventing falls because real-world balance recovery is never one-directional. The U.S. National Institute on Aging explains that coordinated multi-joint movements improve motor planning and reaction speed, two abilities that decline silently with age but directly affect independence. So why is this ranked at 1? Because it multiplies the effectiveness of every movement before it. Mobile joints from item 5 allow smoother motion. Upright posture from item 4 keeps alignment safe. Strength from item 3 powers the movement. Balance from item 2 stabilizes transitions. Radio Taiso brings them all together, in motion. How to approach it safely? You don't need to memorize a full routine on day 1. Start with a short, guided version. Many are freely available from Japanese public broadcasters and health agencies. Stand with feet hip-width apart. Move slowly. Breathe naturally. Never force range. If standing feels challenging, the routine can be done seated. The goal is flow, not perfection. According to Japanese health surveys, older adults who practice Radio Taiso at least 5 days per week report improved flexibility, reduced stiffness, and better confidence in daily movement within 4 to 8 weeks. Importantly, adherence rates are high because it feels achievable, not exhausting. There's also a powerful emotional effect. Radio Taiso doesn't feel like exercise, it feels like participation. That matters because consistency beats intensity, especially after 50. This is why Japanese elders don't ask, "What exercise should I do today?" They simply move every day, a few minutes, whole body.
Fully present. And that simple habit helps explain why so many remain independent, upright, and capable well into later life. Let's take a moment to connect the dots. What you've just seen isn't a fitness routine, it's a system. A system quietly used by Japanese elders to protect strength, balance, and independence day after day, year after year. Joint circles keep movement smooth. Posture-focused walking restores alignment. Chair squats rebuild real-world strength. Single-leg balance sharpens reaction and stability. And Radio Taiso ties the entire body together in rhythm. According to the World Health Organization, healthy aging is not about avoiding activity, it's about maintaining functional ability, the capacity to do the things that give life meaning. That includes walking confidently, standing up without fear, and moving freely at home. Research from the U.S. National Institute on Aging reinforces this. Consistent, simple movement is one of the strongest predictors of independence after 60. The most important part. You don't need to do everything today. Start with one movement, 5 minutes, once a day. That's how habits form. That's how confidence returns. Ask yourself, Which movement felt most doable for your body right now? Was it balance, mobility, strength? Comment below and say which one you'll start with today. Saying it out loud builds accountability. If this video helped you see aging differently, subscribe. This channel focuses on evidence-based senior health, explained clearly without fear or hype. And if you want to go deeper, the next video to watch is about how to reduce fall risk at home using small daily habits backed by geriatric research. Aging doesn't steal ability overnight. It fades when movement disappears. But when movement returns, so does independence.